Hello and welcome back. This is Gamer 2.0. Today we're going to be continuing on with Fallout New Vegas. It's been a little while since we were playing this game, but we're going to go ahead and jump back into it because we're actually going to be heading off into one of the first DLCs. So let's go ahead. I am above the level of 15, so this shouldn't be too bad. Now I do have a couple of my skills that I don't really have up to where I would like them to be, but I should be able to do most of the challenges and most of these speech checks. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
In the years before the Great War, Big Mountain had been the home to the brightest minds of the 21st century. Scientists of vision were drawn to the facility to tackle the greatest technological challenges of the era. They sought to create a new world, fueled by technology for the benefit of all mankind. Sonic emitters, space-age alloys, DNA hybridization, force field particle research, autodoc advances in cranial, cardiac, and trauma surgery. The hopes and dreams of a century became realities in the electronic forges of Big Mountain. The nucleus of this research was the Dome, a huge stone facility that held the labs of every science known to man. It was a think tank where no problem could not be solved, where no question could not be answered. The Great War brought a new energy to Big Mountain and its scientists. Although sheltered from the front lines, the scientists waged their own war, fighting their battles at the atomic level. Equations and calculations marched endlessly across chalkboards and computer terminals toward one solution: winning the war. For years, the minds and computers of Big Mountain were a blaze of trajectories, weapon schematics, and nuclear theories. The problems began to outpace the solutions. First geometrically, then exponentially. As the war escalated, so did the questions. On the night of October 23rd, 2077, the scientists received an answer that put all their questions to rest. In the aftermath, Big Mountain's silent experiments went to sleep, their creators slowly dying in the new world that had been left behind. And the great stone in the middle of the Big Empty lay untouched, filled with countless technological wonders. Wonders that, in the end, had been answers to the wrong question.
Alright, well, definitely is quite an introduction to this DLC. Alright, so do now have some scars on my head, my chest, and my back. And let's see here. And I am now in a patient gown. Let's go ahead and just swap that back over to my regular armor. Alright. Looks good. So in this DLC, I should be able to actually get a couple more implants. Not all of them are super relevant or great, but should offer me a little bit of extra assistance in just kind of general survival. Alright, so let's see here. Got some food stuff, some chems. cook stuff with. It doesn't look like I have anything that I can make just yet. Well-stocked fridge, so let's go ahead start dropping off some stuff. I'm most likely going to be coming back to this area. Drop some of my alcohol. Go ahead and just keep some food on me. Let's see here. I need all 20 waters. I'm going to go ahead and just drop 10 of them in here. Just because this is going to be a house for me, so I can leave everything in here and just kind of come back when I need it. And honestly, I think this is one of my personal favorite houses, just because you're able to get to it whenever you really need to, once you finish the DLC. Alright. And can't get in there just yet. Make this into my armor locker. Just kind of drop anything off in here that I'm not going to be using. Make this a weapons locker. Keep the displacer glove. And then this will just be my kind of general items trunk. Anything that I'll just kind of want to keep to sell or do anything else for like crafting with it. So I think I've got just about everything that I need to put away for now. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and drop off my love and hate. Just leave that in the chest for now. Just because with the grease lightning, I've got all the attack speed that I need. Alright. So can't head out into there yet. Grab a bunch of drinks. Alright, so pacifism field is kicked on.
I thought I heard the pacification field kick in. All right, shh. Nobody move. I'll handle this. Be warned, intruder. You are in the presence of the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. The collective geniuses of... We... By Oppenheimer, which one of you self-professed geniuses has been adjusting my volume knob? Who was it? Was it you, 8? Oh, Dr. O, was it? Likely story. O couldn't spark 2 neurons if they were in a lattice of biomed gel.
What? Me? Breaking news, Klein. It wasn't me, all right? I'm the robotical engineer. 8 is sound waves. That's his specialty. You always do this. You always demean me in front of guests. And it's not O, all right? It's...
Enough! Either of you do it again, it'll be the last time. Now, great. Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about?
How are all of you speaking through that one voice box?
Did it just say something? Anyone catch that? Boros, you work with animals. Translate. It's a lobotomite. Here, in the dome. Oh, as if this situation couldn't get any worse. Now we've got lobotomites. Dala, get the spray before it excretes all over everything.
What are you talking about?
Dr. Klein, if my hypothesis is correct, this lobotomite is the repository of the brain we sent the signal to, the skinvelope once containing it. If so, it's proof that there may indeed be something beyond the crater. Just look at it. The way it blinks. It's like a big, hairless teddy bear.
I know what it is, Dala. I want to know why it's down here. With its limbs all over everything. And are those penises I see wriggling on its feet? Disgusting.
I believe those are toes, Dr. Klein. Little teddy bear toes. Penises are much larger than those tiny extremities. Not that I would know.
I don't recall the human penis ever being that large.
It depends on one's own frame of reference, Dr. O. Look at its little nose with its 2 orifices for ingesting oxygen.
Noses? Why, the great static. These lobotomites confound me with their sheer number of useless extremities.
Alright, hold up one finger, point at self, point at them, hold up 5 fingers.
Now it's holding up an array of fully erect hand penises. If it tries to insert them, activate vivisectors.
Dr. Klein, wait. I don't believe those gestures were random. Random at all. It's been following our conversation. The lobotomite understands us.
I agree with Boros's histrionic findings. This little lobotomite is unusually attentive for something whose brain has been extracted.
Nonsense. Lobotomites can't comprehend us.
8, have you been in the mentats again? If we slow down our oroprocessoreceptors to understand this excretion, we'll all be rendered ignorant.
All of you, power down, shut up, and let me prove once and for all how wrong you all are. As usual. Lobotomite, do you understand me? Can you speak?
Let's see here. Yes, I'm guessing the crash satellite was yours?
Those were words, weren't they? In the form of questions. He's asking me questions. Is this some kind of trick?
Our efforts have turned against us. In playing God, we created a monster.
Perhaps as we were ruthlessly lobotomizing it with our cutters, we filled the skinvelope with awareness. A teddy bear with new stuffing.
Wait. If what you're theorizing is this lobotomite understands us, can reason with us,
then this may be just the answer we've been looking for. At last, a chance to...
Dr. Klein, a transmission from the Forbidden Zone, coming right at us.
It can only be...
If it isn't my old colleagues, the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. Big fools, all of you. It is I, Dr. Mobius, transmitting from my dome-shaped dome in the Forbidden Zone. A zone that is, yes, forbidden to you. Even now, my deadly robo-scorpions swarm across Big Mountain with their pincers and pointy laser tails. Soon, all science will be mine. Even the technology sealed in the Big Mountain research centers cannot save you. So cower in your think tank. Wait for the end. That's all. Goodbye.
Mobius. Always the same broadcast. He's clearly mad, driven insane by his flawed and imprecise kindergarten-level research methodology.
What are we going to do? There's no way we can breach the Forbidden Zone. There's those robot scorpions everywhere.
The Forbidden Zone, where no brain has ever entered, nor ever returned.
Except Dr. Mobius and the technologies that could save us. They are out of our reach.
And Dr. Mobius mocks us. Did you see his cracked monitor? He's clearly let himself go.
What? Ask the lobotomite for help? Hey, I think you need the fluid levels in your logic assist pumps checked.
If this lobotomite responded, Dr. Klein, then it is clearly intelligent, perhaps even displays heretofore unknown levels of helpfulness.
But what of its brain? We scooped that out. We don't even know where we left it. And for putting it back in, none of us have the knowledge.
Yes, but it's still aware and responsive. Look at it. It's regarding us even now, with its big teddy bear eyes. If we ask it politely, and leave the part about the unnecessary, ruthless lobotomizing out, it might be favorably disposed to us.
You removed my brain?
We removed your brain, yes. So soft, barely wrinkled, yet so flush with knowledge and experience. Brain extraction technology has been standard practice at Big Mountain for an immeasurable amount of time.
Once the brain was out, then came the coils. The Tesla coils. The coils of Nikola Tesla.
Right. So my brain has been replaced with advanced technologies. My head can no longer be crippled and is resistant to chem addiction by 25%. And shock from bodily damage is plus 5% threshold to a minimum of plus 1.
Yeah, Abe, no need to brag. Wherever your brain is, it's transmitting thoughts to you through the
Tesla coils in its head.
This is fortunate in many respects. If your brain was anywhere in the dome, why, you could access your aggression centers.
Circumventing the pacification field. This is a no-no. We have never been in a fight. We do not want that.
Reminds me of my days in American High. And Richie Marcus.
Alright, well I have enough medicine to do this, so that doesn't explain the laser sutures on my chest and my spine.
Darla, was it necessary this time?
I assume full responsibility. I take my duties in the prodding and excision of living, breathing tissue quite seriously. Although in truth, the Autodoc had done most of the work already. Quite industrious, almost cut into all my investigations. Once it had removed the brain and I misplaced it, other organs began to cry for direction, using your nerves as telegraph wires. Rather than let them send their signals, I removed them as well. Shh, little organs. Go to sleep in your tanks. Dala loves you.
First was the heart.
So now I have the heartless part. So I'm gonna be poisoned and add filters in my artificial blood pump that will regulate bleeding and healing, allowing all healing items or chems to function at higher levels for plus 25%, and robots are now confused by you and 50% less likely to score critical hit.
Oh, wait, I mean, second was the heart. Brain was first. Third was the spine.
Alright, so that's the spineless perk. So, due to complications with your with the procedure, your spine has been replaced with another spine, I guess, or a robotic spine. So my torso can no longer be crippled, and my strength and damage threshold have both been increased by +1.
Spine. Totally overrated, that arrangement of vertebrae. Look at me, with my lumbar and thoracic curvature. Never had a use for any of that. Spineless is what I prefer.
You took out my brain, heart, and spine?
That Autodoc junk heap was one of Mobius's creations, like the rest of the talking scrap metal in the attic.
After that, the brain lost itself. Not in the metaphysical sense. Might have gotten flushed into one of the pipes. Actually, that's pretty likely.
If so, it was flushed all the way to Mobius. Flush! That is the sound of flushing.
By the Fisher of Rolando, enough of this biological surgery talk. Lobotomite, listen to my voice. It denominates me to ask, but we need your help. In most probable of probabilities, our enemy, Mobius, has your brain. This is not good. He will most likely come after our brains next. We want you to stop him, somehow, with science.
Alright, you said something about needing technologies to stop Mobius?
Yes. It is our only chance. A desperate plan that came to us after Mobius's first broadcast. Maybe, just maybe, if we reclaim these buried technologies, we can put an end to Mobius and the horrors spawning from the Forbidden Zone.
So, what exactly is the plan? You're losing me in generalities. I need specifics.
The plan is very complicated. We are still calculating how it would work if it succeeded. That is our part of the plan.
Why me? Can't you do it?
No.
No. Why not?
You are equipped to retrieve the technologies with your primitive form. We are not.
It's kind of embarrassing. You have hands, and a heartbeat, sort of, and eyes, mostly the hands. There's door handles and lockers and...
Enough! We need your help. Will you help us?
Alright, I'm listening. Let's hear it.
Excellent. This is turning out much better than the activate the retreat protocols and cower in my room idea I had earlier.
Agreed. Oh, and I've used my robotical knowledge to, transmit the radio map waves to... Settle down, 8. I would have gotten it in a second, all right? 8's transmitted the last known coordinates of the research centers. They, well, move sometimes. Or get buried. Or blow up.
8 is correct. All we need are the schematics. This does not mean we do not want the cold hard technology, however. So do not give in to your biological tired laziness and decide you would sweat too much carrying them. You have a new spine. Use it. And even if you die in the act of reclamation, simply reaching them will auto-transmitify the schematics to us. That is still good. For us.
Alright, well... This whole place sounds dangerous. The devices sound dangerous.
Nonsense. This place is no more dangerous than a nuclear detonation site. Our technology is no more lethal than an overcharged Tesla cannon. The technologies are the X2 transmitter antenna array, used to focus coherent thought at excessively high frequencies.
The psychoanalytic, cardiac dampening, sneaky stealth suit. A suit like nothing this world has ever heard, seen, or could ever see.
And 8's sonic soundwave emitter projectile gun. able to broadcast sound at lethal frequencies. It also gives a great biogel massage.
There. We have informed you of all we need. We estimate if you are focused, your time investment will be minimal by our standards. If you work quickly, you will be the recipient of a gesture of gratitude from us. We do not bestow these old-world gestures lightly.
Trust me, I want to get this over with as quickly as possible.
Our intentions exactly. The important thing is you rush quickly through this task so as not to waste our time. Do not get curious, or you will end up like the cat of Schrödinger.
We feared you would be tempted to explore Big Mountain Crater and examine the many amazing non-mandatory research labs that lie off your designated path. The many such optional explorations are discouraged. Work hurriedly as if you have blinders on, and leave curiosities and items of interest alone.
So many sciences and developments. Pass them by. Let impatience and the desire to simply finish, to end it all quickly and carelessly guide you.
Right you are, 8. In our test results, we'll make a note about how quickly you ran our maze. Nobel challenge.
After all, there will be plenty of time afterward to partake of the experiments once our bidding is done.
Alright, doesn't sound like my style. Maybe I'll do a little exploring.
What in logic is this? Keep your filthy, penis-tipped feet out of our labs and secrets.
There are things here no lobotomite was meant to see. Things that would astound and possibly terrify. Terrify!
Yeah, we don't come into your lab and decant your solutions.
Only the magnificence of our monitors allow for true comprehension of the wonders of Big Mountain. Shield your jellied eyes lest they burn from your skull.
I guess I could just repeat that, but... Then, can you help me get this done as quickly as possible? Sounds like a lot of walking.
Ah, that is correct. You must walk upon your many penised feet. Much slower than our advanced hovering robotical frames.
The little teddy bear could always run right into the pylon perimeter on its thick, turgid feet, returning it to us quickly and directly.
Pylons? What pylons?
The radar fence that surrounds the Big Mountain Crater will protect you from straying beyond the facility.
The mighty radar fence protects us all. Get too close to the blinking posts, and the proximity warning shall be your warning. You are too close.
If you get near it, your vision will blur as the electrodes in your head shut off one by one. Click, click, click.
Possible memory loss will occur, along with long-term nerve degradation. It is tied to not having a brain attached to your nervous system. But the nerve degradation is nothing to worry about. Such degradation would take many lifespans to become evident, and all biology dies. Such tiny inconveniences are less than the greater convenience and conveyance. You see, if rendered unconscious by the pylons, you will be returned to the sink, seemingly instantaneously, by your deadened perceptions.
So I can't leave?
Oh, Dr. Klein? Dr. Klein? If I may intersect for a moment.
What is it? The lobotomite is asking me things, and I'm trying to ignore them. My processors can't ignore you both at the same time.
Well, you know how we asked it to fetch the sonic emitter thing? Turns out we already have it. What are the odds?
What is this, a high school science fair? Get your act together. You're making us look like a collection of round earthers.
You're always yelling. My receptors can't take it anymore. And neither can my feelings.
I am yelling because you contaminated specimens can't keep your probes off the volume knob on my voice module.
Alright, if you have the gun already, I don't understand what you need.
It is truly the end of all intelligence when the lobotomite speaks more wisdom than you geniuses. So, if we have the Soundwave, sonic projecto thing gun, then what in Heisenberg's name do we need from X8? Anyone?
I believe we need a new frequency embedded into the gun. It was designed to broadcast many sounds once charged. We just don't know the frequency.
And it is lost in X8, just as X8 is forever lost to us. The sadness of my high school days, the sadness of my youth lost.
Oh, really, Boros? All you did in high school was call me Fink Tattletale and all the kids you hated, you little teacher's pet brown hound.
Give the lobotomite the emitter. Does it have an audio effect frequency loaded?
Oh, I don't think so. Wait.
What is he doing?
I think he's sonjaculating into the gun, getting it warmed up. Ding. Turkey's done.
You give it to the lobotomite. I'm not touching that thing.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll do it if you two are going to be ashamed of your own technological needs. Let me give it a little sonic sterilization first. Ooh. All right. All antibacterial fresh. Here, my little teddy bear. I have thoroughly removed all Robco Termlink code spew from the device. It is clean, shiny, and ready for your hands.
Alright, well, unfortunately, I don't have enough energy weapons or guns to make either of these checks. They only really kind of give you a little bit of extra ammunition. And this one, I think they give you the dog gun, which is like, it's more like a minigun that you can get upgraded into a slightly more powerful version deeper into the game, or into the DLC. Alright, so what are you saying about force field disruption?
Careful where you're pointing that. That device wasn't always a weapon. It was more like a force field kind of thing. Once.
Force fields prevent us from moving forward or backward.
They are irritating.
The sonic emitter was specially designed to disable our own safety fields here in Big Mountain. When some of us lost our access passes, Dr. O.
That only happened once. And I know you were behind stealth fielding my lab keys, Dala. You formographer.
Dr. O, you rewind that comment.
Plenty of rewinding already going on in your formography tapes. Surprised the things don't snap out of their cases with repeated observations.
Wait, so this gun can disable force fields?
Yes. Maybe. Well, no, not currently.
Yeah, we lost that part of the schematics. Or Boros did. In one of his stupid labs. Or inside one of his stupid pets.
It is lost. All questions lead to this conclusion. The blue fields within Big Mountain shall be fielded with force forever.
Alright. Well, can you please hurry? I've got a schedule.
Fine, so, yes. Get these things for us. Do not attempt to comprehend their complicated schematics. That is for us to do.
Oh, I'll be sure not to tamper with anything. I promise.
Well, good. What are the token words spoken in this case? Thank you? Yes. Thank you.
Wait, is it leaving? But, Dr. Klein, the lobotomite will need rest, recuperation, things like that. I volunteer my chambers, so it might be stared at. My monitor radar is slowly scanning its form to collect sensitive data.
No! That would put it too close to us. It could press buttons, turn lights on and off, and worse, let other lobotomites in.
We could give it Mobius's old room. That's where its brain got scooped out anyway. And plus, some of its parts are already there. Might be more comforting for it to hang out with its spine and heart. Home is where the heart is, after all. See what I did there? Wet literal.
I suppose. We'll have to move that couch out of there. Been putting that off too long.
H says, let the lobotomite take the Sync Central Intelligence personality chip and reinstall it. That stuffy Mobius program Butler can walk the lobotomite, feed it, barter with it for us.
It would also prevent it from going to Higgs Village and taking up residence there. With my teddy bears. And it would be nice to have it so close.
Your logic combined with my desire to keep the think tank lobotomite free has swayed me. Here, I present the Sync Central Intelligence. Lobotomite, take this chip to the sink, plug it in, and make sure the chip is clean, or it could skip. Then make whatever crude biologic demands you need of the sink. It will cater to most of your hormonal whims.
Alright, so I can trade with the Sync Intelligence. Then I'll need something to activate that function, won't I?
I cannot dispute your logic. Do we have objects to activate the chip's exchange routines?
What, like stuff? Things?
Yes, things.
I don't know. Might be some old Nuka-Cola or Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps lying around. It's not currency per se. Still might be enough to trick the Sync's trade routines. Mobius put that test line for caps in the code as a debug command, I think.
I don't believe that was Mobius's reason. His wild speculation concerning post-Holocaust economic systems was quite extensive and of high decibel.
Enough! Surrender these so-called bottle caps, Nuka and Sunset alike. In their role as things, they will serve as adequate test subjects.
All right, here, cap away. Hope that stupid chip chokes on them.
Alright, this amount clearly represents a deficiency in the amount of caps needed.
Again, your logic is unassailable in its simplistic need. Oh?
Fine. It's not going to help. That chip will probably refuse them anyway, as stuck up as it is.
Alright, well, I don't have enough barter to go any higher than that. And I don't have the intelligence to ask about any more of the chips, so... Alright, well, having a store available would be helpful. It has a store connection, right?
Yes, you may need to wiggle it in a bit, but don't force it. We can't recode them if you break it. There is no more we can do to aid you, and our patience levels are depleted. Now go. Rest in the sink if you must, but leave us to our research.
If you're done, can we move again? My biogel's starting to crampagulate.
Of course! Go man your science stations! Go! I am surrounded by children.
Alright, and through that conversation we did get a level up. So... let's see here. I think I need 10 more points so I can get the Slayer perk. And then... having high science is actually really good for this area. So, let's see here. Slayer at level 22 or 24? It's level 24. Alright. Probably take Unstoppable Force for right now. Do still want to get Strong back, and then I think Burden to Bear comes later. Yeah, that's a level 30 perk. Alright. So that'll increase my total carry weight by 100 if I get both of those. I do still want to get Finesse, but that can wait till a little bit later. Because once I hit 26, I think it's going to stop really giving me a lot of perk choices. And so I just kind of have to start picking from lower level perks at that point. Alright, so Science is 73. Because I want to get Science up to level 100 by the time I get to the end of this DLC, because that will allow me to kind of deal with the final fight a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and take it as it is. And I'll probably go and have individual conversations with each of them a little bit later once I get my science and my medical up higher than what it currently is. Alright.
Salutations and felicitations, sir, and a most jocund welcome to the Sink. I am your electronic valet and household central processor. May I be of service, sir?
Alright, so are you some kind of artificial intelligence?
Regrettably not, sir. All modules in this habitat are synthetic personalities atop a mundane operating system. There is no intelligence here, sir.
You mean there's other personality modules here?
Indeed, sir. Though if sir's aim is to activate them, I lament to inform, sir, that most have been offline for some years. If sir were to ask my opinion, I should venture that sir is better off without them. However, if sir is determined to inflict upon sir's self their dubious services, sir might locate backup personality disks elsewhere in the facility.
Alright. So I can access their functions without loading the personality holotapes?
Tragically, the core operating systems are also located on the personality tapes, sir. Once the tape is installed, sir may request I switch their dialectic interfaces off, and I shall oblige with great delectation. However, sir will still be required to locate and install a backup holotape to access their functionality.
Alright, so why are there so many personality modules?
As I am given to understand, sir, this facility was once the property of a Dr. Mobius. He crafted the personality modules as part of a collection of experiments on the subject of machine-human interface. As to the reason for the unusual choices of devices to receive the modules, I cannot say.
Alright, never mind. Let me ask you about something else.
Indubitably, sir.
What services do you provide?
In addition to managing the personality matrices of the other household utilities, I can provide sir with direct access to the commissary. Any goods sir might require may be purchased through my shopkeep interface, whence tiny robots shall deliver them forthwith to this very domicile.
Alright, let's buy some
Very
stuff.
good, sir. If I might suggest a table wine, the 64 Atomic Claret is a lovely little vintage.
Alright, so now I have a place that I can buy stuff at. So... yeah, so I've got the Revelation already, but I can buy an extra one if I need to. Having a shovel is actually going to be pretty helpful. Scientist Glove. I don't really need Scientist Glove. Then a whole bunch of ammo, which I'm not really going to need. Alright, let's see here. Go ahead and just sell. I don't really really need a whole lot of ammo with the sonic gun because I'm not really going to be using it. Well, I'm not going to be using it as a weapon anyway. I'm probably going to use it for just the force field deactivation.
Might Sir care for an aperitif to balm the weariness of Sir's manifold journey?
So, there's my heart. There's my spine. And then this one that's empty has my brain in it. Because I have no brain right now. Alright. I do really want to put the spine back in because with the spine back in, it's an alternate perk that you get called the reinforced spine, where instead of it giving you +1 strength, you actually get +2, which will basically maximize out the strength stat. But I don't have access to that just yet. I need to activate the auto dock, which is one of the things I like to do kind of first is finding all the missing modules for the sync. Just because once I get all of those, then I can actually have access to everything in the house. We can head on out here. And I've got 2 back there and 1 over here. So I'm going to head over this way. I'm going to get the research station activated so that way I have...
Intruder, you will not escape the eyes of my Robo-Scorpions or their pincers.
So once I have this on my map, I can fast travel to it. So that one is activated. Seeing any enemies on the radar, so well, if my perception was a little bit better, I probably would have seen those guys, but I didn't. Facility, and looks like I got some enemies down in there, but I actually want to head over this way. Normally there's a Robo Brain hanging around. Grease lightning is just such a funny weapon.
Fail. Just so you know.
Thought my head couldn't be. Yeah, it can't be crippled. All right.
Please lower your weapon and surrender.
Guess it was a good thing I put away all of my energy cells, because I just found like every single one of them.
2 plus 2 equals harassing the forbidden idiots of the think Frank!
Alright. Unfortunately, we got some guys in here, and I'm running a little bit low on health, so let's just kind of quickly eat some sausage and take a quick stim pack.
My God, if I had hands, I would strangle the life out of you.
Alright. So that's where I could go. If I had the anti- I could go in here if I had the anti-force field gun active, but unfortunately I do not have that sonic.
I say,
Alright. So I've got the auto dock. I don't remember if there was another one in here, because I think some of them actually have both the personality tape and an additional utility for them as well. So that's kind of the benefit of visiting some different areas here. Is that, there we go, cosmetic enhancements. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it definitely is beneficial. Here we go. Also, implant C13. Alright. Got another Robo-Dog here.
Dr. Mobius, surrender yourself. You cannot win, despite the fact that the odds are heavily in your favor.
So I do kind of like walking across the lines here, but as you can see, they're actually booby-trapped with some mines and stuff. So kind of have to be a little bit careful and have to like really kind of pay attention. So I'm just gonna quick fast travel back to the sink balcony. This is because I have already picked up a whole bunch of stuff that I do not really need at this point. So let's see here. Having the shovel is going to be good for a little bit later on because there's some graves you can dig up. And let's see here. So this has health regeneration, which I think I'm actually going to use that over the +1 perception and the crit chance, just because having active health regeneration is quite helpful, and there is a more advanced one that I can actually pick up a little bit later. So let's see here. Go back into my miscellaneous and just drop off some of this extra stuff. Just kind of get rid of some weight. Yeah, I had a whole fission battery. That's 10 pounds by itself. Sucker egg. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my ammo into here. Alright. because as you probably have noticed, I do not have any trouble getting more ammo. Alright, let's head back over to here and just drop off the aid that I picked up as well. Nice stalker tail. Paste. Alright. And we have the auto dock thing, so let's go ahead and give it to him.
Well, how about that? Old auto dock's back online. Well, alright, come here, let's have a look at you. Well, you ain't the fittest horse that ever ran a race, but you don't appear in immediate danger of keeling over. I can patch you up if you want.
I'm pretty sure I'm completely full on health. So... can you do anything beyond healing me?
Well, firstly, I would say providing wholeness of the body is service enough, but if you must know, I'm also programmed with cosmetical subroutines. Diagnostic says they're offline at the moment, though. Something about corrupted data files and all manner of such foolishness. If you want a haircut or a nose job that won't leave you looking like a ghoul with alopecia, you'll have to find replacement discs for them. Also, and I won't swear to this, but I recollect at some point having a few implant installation modules. Can't speak to where they got to, though.
Alright, so let's see here. So with this, I can actually redo, I believe it's my traits, so like the Wild Wasteland, things like that. So with this, you can actually kind of do it to where you can get certain weapons that you can only get like without the Wild Wasteland. Then you can come back here, do the reevaluation to then give yourself Wild Wasteland so that you can go back and you can get the other weapons that only are available in the Wild Wasteland. So, but I'd like to engage your services.
And rightly so, I should think. Alright then, let me just fire up the old interface for you.
Alright, so... swap body parts. And I can't swap body parts because I would really like to have my spine back, but okay. Do nothing. And then, there we go. So now I've
You
got the
require some additional services?
So, install implants. Gonna cost me 8,000 caps, but 10% damage to castors.
Nurse, this
There we
man's
go.
got a severe case of shoe lung.
Alright. Take a quick look at my parameters really fast. So I could use probably a little bit of sleep because it's giving me the glitch where it tells me that I don't have any sleep. And some water. Let's go ahead. I'm going to drink a Nuka-Cola. That should fix sleep. And it does not. Alright, and then let's go ahead. I'm going to sleep for 3 hours. There we go. Sleep down to 2. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just eat something and drink something. Let's drink some dirty water just because I do have it in my inventory and I can actually get a little bit of use out of it. And I've got dog meat and I don't really want to just kind of hold that in my inventory. Let's go ahead to the refrigerator, put it in there. Yep. And I'm actually going to put away a bunch of my beer just because I don't really need a ton of it now that I have 240 carry weight. Alright. So that should be my, yep, water needs are good. Food, I can hold off on the food. But that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you so choose, and I look forward to seeing everyone in the next episode.